Hello my friend, I hope this video finds you well. This is LANDR Composer, the latest plugin to join LANDR Studio. If you're a composer short of ideas, if you're interested in getting into composition but can't quite get your head around it, if you teach composition and want a brilliant teaching aid, I strongly recommend checking out this plugin. I had my 10-year-old son in here this morning. He very quickly found his way around this. It's super intuitive, very, very easy to work out. Let's dive straight in. So here's the plugin itself inside Studio One. As I said at the top of the video, it's super easy to navigate. Often when I'm reviewing plugins like this, I'll find myself going back and forth to the manual a few times. Not the case with this one. I just managed to work it out super quick. So really easy to get started and get results with. So it's already synced in. You can hit this DAW sync button and it's synced in with my DAW, which means when I hit play, my DAW, it's going to run through the sequence. So that makes life really easy. Along the top here, you've got these scene tabs, which as you work through the composition, you can just add more scenes in. Think of that like verses and choruses and bridges and that kind of stuff. And it'll give you multiple different chord progressions, which all fit very nicely together. If there's a chord that you don't particularly like, you can just click on the chord and ask it to generate a new chord. And you can do the same with the progression. Just click on the progression and then click on generate new chord progression, and the AI will come up with 4 new chord progressions which work well together. You can play around with the key and the scale, the length and the time, and the style of chord progression too. This one's at 1st, 4th, 3rd and 5th. You can play around with a whole bunch of different chord progressions just by clicking on here. And if you're not sure what style your chord progression you're going for just by looking at the chords, and frankly I wouldn't, so you can actually go into all these very handy sub-menus. So like I'm looking for something inspirational. It's going to give you an inspirational chord sequence. So we're going to stick in the minor chord sequence for now, come out of that. So everything's super, super easy when using this plugin. So I'm going to add a track. I'm going to bring in a chord. Let's just take a listen to what it's done. Now, I might not necessarily like the sound, so I can then go into sound presets. And remember, this is not generating the finished article. This is giving you inspiration for your composition, and I'll show you more how this works as we go through the plugin. So let's just go through some sort of working sounds at the moment. Let's try some of the pad sounds out. So I'm into modulate. That's pretty cool. Now, I might not find that I'm digging this progression too much, so I want to generate a new progression. Take a listen to hear what that sounds like. Yeah, that's sounding nice. So let's move on. Let's add a little bit of arpeggio next. Let's see what it's come up with. Now I can just click on the headphones and that's going to solo it out. I can also mute it very easily too. I can bin it if I want to. Again, I can also come to here and generate a new performance if I'm not happy with the arpeggio that composer's generated. Let's listen to them together. Just mix them together using the volume sliders. Generate a new one. That sounds pretty cool. Let's change the sound around into arpeggios. We're on Nebula at the moment. I'm going to click on Nebula. See what else we've got here. Let's go for that kind of synthy pluck sound. I'm going to add in some bass. add in a melody. Hey my friend, I'm just interrupting this video for a moment just to let you know about a free course I've got that's called Pro Mix Method, which is going to teach you how to create a solid foundation to your mixes. That's in turn going to help you to create music that stands out on sites like Spotify. You'll find the link for Pro Mix Method below the video. Play around with the sound. Generate a different arpeggio. Nice. Now if I want a different melody again, let's generate a new one. Give me ideas. So at this point we've created a composition super easily. Now if we wanted to change the chord sequences again, we can just get up to the progression, create a new chord progression, but at this point we can also hit on the scenes, create a new scene. It's going to straight away create a new chord progression which fits with our scene 1, which gives us another 4 bars of music. Let's take a listen to what it's created. More of a chorusy feel. Back. Now, once you're happy with what the AI Composer plugin has created, this is where things get really fun because you can drag and drop your MIDI very easily into your DAW and then use the better quality sounds or the specific sounds that you want from your MIDI instrument collection. And that's what we're going to do right now. So it's super easy to do. Just grab on MIDI in the corner there and I'm going to drag that into here. Then I'm going to grab my arpeggios here, my bass and my melody. Okay, so now with those MIDI files dropped over, I've just changed the tempo just to speed it up a little bit to 90 BPM, and I've also dropped in a little drum loop as well. So what I've done is added now some synths, some of my sounds to these MIDI tracks, and now I've muted out Composer. So we're now into the DAW with this composition which we've made from Composer, and now we've brought it into Studio One. So I'm using this free synth Cheese Machine for the chords which we dragged across. What they sound like. Very neat plugin this. And then I think for everything else I'm pretty much using Synth Master Player. So then we've got our arpeggio. Our bass. Also our lead melody. Add our drum loop. Now, of course, what we can do now is go back into our Composer and let's say we want to add something new into our DAW. So I'm going to this second scene which we created, and I'm going to just bring the MIDI over and drag and drop them in. It really is as easy as that. I'll drop the melody in. Let's just move that. I'm just going to copy the drum track too. Paste that in. So now, if we just extend this up a bit, we've also now got a separate chord progression. Now on trying to look around for how long that took. I think something like 7 or 8 minutes just to go from zero composition, zero ideas. It's early in the morning at the moment. I'm not really thinking about composing. My brain's not really woken up that much. LANDR Composer and its AI engine has done some of that heavy lifting for me, but also got things going. That's where I think plugins like this and AI plugins work really, really well in conjunction with human minds, just getting us a bit jump started sometimes to give us somewhere to hang our hats on. Now already I've got this composition together and I can hear some more melodies I'd like, and I'll carry on working with this composition, but it's a great place to get you started. And as I said at the top of the video, not only for inspiration but also for teaching others how to put together composition. You don't even have to have any musical background to enjoy using this and enjoy the wonder of composing music. Like I said right at the top, again, my 10-year-old son was up here having fun and really pleased with himself. They managed to make a piece of music. You'll find LANDR Composer bundled in with LANDR Studio. If you want 20% off LANDR Studio, you'll find a link below this video. Whilst you're there, don't forget to grab your free Pro Mix Method Foundation Mixing course. If you want more videos like this one, don't forget to like and subscribe to Real Home Studio here on YouTube. Liking and subscribing helps me out so much, helps the channel to grow, so thank you so much in advance. And if you did enjoy this video today, you definitely want to check this next one out.